haunt you from the north side, to the east side, to the south side, to the dark side. Okay, people, here's what we're gonna do again. I got the whole wave of the SBDR series Spitter or whatever, and we're just gonna go through them all. I'm not gonna do individual reviews. I'm just gonna hit them and quit them? That's weird. It's a cool series. I can't decide who I want to open first. I'm really liking the look of Ock, though. I'm going to take a look at the whole series in the order that I think that from least favorite to most favorite of the wave. At least guessing while they're still in the package, which I'm terrible at doing. First up, House of M Spider-Man. Looks a little bit empty in the package. I didn't even see the webbing back behind them. Not bad at all. I like the Pizza Spider-Man body. It's nice and articulated. You can get high kicks and back, and he can crunch down and dive. Has the forward and back butterfly joints, just adds to that articulation that Spider-Man needs. Head goes up, head goes down. Not a lot of tilt, but the body more than makes up for it in its range of motion. I just don't know how much I like the design. The blue is a little bit plain, and it's kicking my brain's ass that there's not a spider right here. I understand that the red forms a spider logo right here, but not having it right there makes my eye twitch a little bit. Now, the red doesn't seem to match from the shoulder and even the butterfly area to the chest and head. And then there's this, red pegs on the inside. I understand why they have to do it. This is the more obvious side facing out right here. Make that red. It's got to be red over here. Yeah, they could paint it blue, but for some reason, paint usually chips off that area. Hopefully soon there's advancements in plastic. We're seeing it already from other companies where they can mold that peg in two different colors, blue on one side, red on the other. Oh, that's interesting. Pull it all the way out, you'd see kind of the peg. I didn't know it went back that far. And then, like I mentioned, for accessories, he comes with this webbing. It's got a handhold here, and this hooks somewhere, or you loop this over where you can hang it, and then he hangs from the spider line. But unfortunately, how's he supposed to hold the damn line? I guess you could do this maybe? Maybe under like that, I guess. And then here he is with the two-pack modern-ish Spider-Man. I really like this design. And then the standard buck for Marvel Legends, the Bucky cap, Black Panther body. And then unfortunately for the Spider-Man wave, the two Spider-Mans are my least anticipated. That's just how it works out. Scarlet Spider uses the Sunfire body. I actually can't remember what Spider-Man used this body first, but we refer to it as the Sunfire body now. And as far as Scarlet Spider goes, I dig the minimalistic design of the costume. Spider logo, some black, some red. I like the new sculpt to the head with the eyes on it. It makes me want to, I think it's Assassin Spider, or I can't remember what it's called. The Alex Ross looking designed one. Again, good range of motion with the butterfly joints in the shoulders. I think all figures at this point should have this joint. The double elbow works about as good as a single elbow. There's just not enough clearance cut in the bicep and the forearm for it to be utilized completely. Pretty good crunch. The legs come up, back, out. Not bad for a Spider-Man body, but more of a bulkier, less agile Spider-Man body. I have a little bit of warpage in the legs. I'm going to have to straighten those out at the knee. You can see, whoop. But in the package, he comes with an open palm and a fist that has these stabbies coming out of them. But he also comes with two fists, just in case, you know, you just want that look. Oh, that's not really easy to pull out. And then that plugs in. And then he also comes with an alternate head of unmasked Kane. Now, I don't know if he's supposed to look like The Walking Dead, kind of zombie-ish. I know the colors have been off on some of my videos lately, but in person, it's kind of a sickly, yellowish, pale look. And then no pupils to the eyes. I'm not up on modern Kane. Last time I saw Kane, well, actually, last time I saw Kane was in this costume, but he just looked like Peter Parker, so I don't know what the deal is there. Again, for comparison, here he is with the Pizza Spidey body and the Marvel Legends Black Panther. You can see he's just slightly bulkier than the Black Panther body, but he's lithe, he's agile. It's kind of a toss-up between Cloak and Dagger, but I fear I have some reservations with this figure, so I'm gonna go with Cloak next. And just like I feared, the Cloak itself kind of traffic cones them. It's easy to stand them up, though. I mean, I guess that's one plus. But getting at the figure inside, oh, it's kind of a pain in the ass. I was trying to get to the arms, and there goes the Cloak. It snaps apart and just kind of comes off. But I dig how it's translucent. That blue right there, that's not painted in there. If you look, I can see my hand through it. And I didn't realize the figure was kind of like that, too. You can see it at the thinness of the fingers. He's a little bit translucent. There's some black paint well, is it just the forearms and the hands maybe? Maybe the feet and lower legs? Then you get up to here and it's more like maybe there's just an overspray throwing me off. But I do like how the hood is attached to the head. It gives you a lot more motion there, at least. You can turn it and the hood doesn't get in the way of his face. He can look up, he can look down. As far as the body goes, I think that's the Grim Reaper body, maybe? What's throwing me off about Cloak, though, maybe it's been a long time since I've seen him in the comics. Ooh, there's a forward and back. That works. The goatee, it makes him feel old-ish. Maybe that's the way he looks now, and I'm just way behind because I'm old. And even though the cloak is really hindering and kind of just, you know, kills the whole thing, I like how the cloak looks. It's nice and dynamic. In fact, if you pull the head off, you just get him in there. I guess, can you do this? Oh yeah, that's kind of cool, where you have the inside just nothing. I think I actually kind of like that better. And then you have this body that you can use for Doorman or somebody that uses a bigger body. Because here's Cloak with Spider-Man and Black Panther. Like I said, bigger body, bulkier. Where there's Cloak, there is Dagger. Not bad. I feel like it's just essentially a female body that we've gotten several times before with Dagger characteristics on it. The costume right here is just painted on. The rest of the body is just white. I like the head though. It's a nice look for her. She has the white painted around her eye. And then the hair is brighter than usual. Usually with blonde it's more yellowish. This is actually a goldish light color with a wash in it to bring out these nice little details in the hair. And then she also comes with this dagger accessory with her throwing her light daggers out. I guess it's for tossing outwards where she's rotating this way. I don't know, that looks cool. I dig that. The ankles seem to be stuck as hell though. What is going on there? After a minute, it got out of its detent stickiness. She's a little bit wonky to stand up though because of those detents at the ankle. And I just noticed, what's the deal here? Does she have two belly buttons? That's odd. Here she is with Cloak, good size between the two. But also here she is with the Walgreens exclusive Wonder Woman, Invisible Woman. Next up is Daredevil. I'm not familiar with this costume. Oh, flippy floppy bands around the leg, get up there. And you, Belt, get down around his actual waist. But you know what? Even though this isn't the classic costume with the red and the dark red and the lighter red, I really like this. I guess this is his modern costume. I don't know. I like the stylized DD. And then the wraps around the arms are really interesting along with the boots here. It's kind of a boxer look. I guess he's paying homage to his dad or something. But I'm pretty sure this is the Daredevil head we've already gotten at least once, I think. Maybe twice. And then the body is the Bucky Cap body, which is nicely articulated. You get a nice range of movement. Boy, I like those boots. Yeah, I'm liking this more and more as I play with it here. He has the open hands to go with this stylized Casada looking Billy Club look thing, Dilly Whopper. And I guess you could have that bouncing off buildings and sticking to things and whatnot. It's kind of a rubbery material. His hand is harder than the Billy Club. Oh, what? But if you don't care for that and you like your Matt Murdock with, you know, clenched fists and just punching everything all the time, these come out and he comes with a set of fists too. And they both carry on that wrap look from the wrists. But he has the Billy Club holster here with the bands. Now that I've got it up around the leg, it seems to be staying. I'm good with it staying. It's nice and tight. But these aren't going into that. Damn, that's a cool look. And here he is with Spider-Man and Black Panther. Black Panther has that overspray, and I kind of feel like I need that on this Daredevil, but at the same time, he just blends into the shadow. A little Elektra, how's that? Also noticed in the packages for most of these so far, I don't know if I've just been ignoring them in other packages recently. Hasbro really gave these the rubber bands. Each one is held in there pretty hardcore. Well, I'd say hardcore. It's not back in the day when it was twist ties around every limb and place where they could fit them. It's just that, yeah, I'm noticing these today. And I realize we've gotten Elektra a couple of times before, but we haven't gotten no, I'm not going to say perfect. There's no perfect action figure. That's just how it is. But we haven't gotten an iconic, nicely articulated, beautifully proportioned Elektra yet. Until now. Just look at this thing. That just looks great all the way around. Her hair is flowing, but it doesn't get in the way. You still have, oh, nice tilt to the head. You still look down? Okay, because it's how long it is, it doesn't want to look up much, but Man, that's way better than I thought it'd be. If you look closely at her eyes, they're kind of a metallic blue. Because of the reflection of the light, it catches it wrong and makes it look a little bit cross-eyed. But if you move it, it's just the glint from the bright lights here. The skirt is flippy floppy. It likes to ride up. It likes to go crooked here to here. But we've seen worse. We've seen way worse. Articulation, she can kick all the way forward. Not great out. That's about far as she goes with a high kick. And then of course the elbow goes a little past 90. Nice side, nice side. There's a little bit of cheese to how this is just painted on here. It looks like it's supposed to be overlapping wraps, and it's just painted with some gaps in there. Since they didn't go the sculpted route, they should have went with a tampo of black lines to at least simulate where the wraps are supposed to crisscross. And where it is painted on around the arms and legs, it's fairly clean. You can see a little bit of slop, maybe right here too. But the overall presentation here is just outstanding. She comes with two sai. This one's a little bit bent out of the package. She has a grippy hand on this side, but she has a side holding hand where you kind of shove it in there between the fingers. Oops. Doesn't really want to grip that though. A little bit loose. And this is getting kind of lewd. Oh, yeah, that is a badass right there. Her lips are a metallic purplish red, kinda. And I hate to say this because I don't know, but it looks Disney-ish. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. It's nicely done. And then here's Elektra with Invisible Woman. Great size. Just fits in with the rest of the line. And then last but not least, Doc Ock. And they actually call him Doc Ock. I don't know why they didn't go with Dr. Octopus. Looking at the body here, of course, it's a whole new body sculpt. It's a more rotund shape than what we're used to in the Marvel Legends line. And I don't know if you can see it, but there is a slight difference in sheens between the upper leg and the lower thigh piece right here. It's kind of not a different color. It's just that this is shiny, this is shiny, this is dull, this is dull. But you don't notice that until you get right up on it. I can't believe they gave him eyes under the glasses. That could have been part of the sculpt. It's not. Just a very old school look with this bowl cut, messy bowl cut. Oh, and the hair is a separate piece on top of the head. Double elbows, a little past 90. Oh man, he's got great range of movement in the torso. Because of the shape, it allows a ball joint to be a ball joint. Legs go up, legs go out further than Spider-Man's. Well, some Spider-Mans I've seen lately. Double knee, ankle back, ankle forward, forward facing pin. Not a lot of range in the neck. And I'm trying to, not a lot of range in the neck because it's locked up with paint. A little bit better. Can bury his chin, can kind of get to there looking up. And since the glasses are glued above the ears, I may glue it down to the nose to keep it from riding up. Mine like to come up just a little bit. And then there's the tentacles, and I've heard all about these. They're not bendy. They're stuck in the shapes that they come in the package. Each claw is kind of on a ball joint. Two of them came out like that, and you think, oh, that's going to get great range of movement, let's pop it together, and it gets about like that. Not great. And I don't know if there's a certain way that these need to go. I guess you can still rotate them here. Is that what I'm going? No. I kind of like that better. It looks more symmetrical in my eyes, I guess. I just wish these were sticking forward. I wish there was some way to make them come this way. I guess you can do that where they're pointing down, but I like the top ones. I wish I had two more of those to kind of come up and under forward. I don't like these kind of doing their own thing, looking the other way. And then for comparison, here he is with that Pizza Spider-Man body. Ock looks big in the package. He feels big in your hand, but when you get him up beside other figures, he's not as big as you thought he was. And then there's all the parts to Spider. Get in there. And really, this isn't bad for a character I have no clue about. From what I understand, it's anime-ish. It's based on Gundam, I think it is. But the overall just look, it stands out in a Spider-Man display, but it's a cool-looking robot that's kind of spider flavored. And by that I mean it's got Spider-Woman's colors. Her yellows, her reds, her blacks, just in, mech form. The head shifts forward and back. You can get nice up, look down. The shoulders are kind of wacky. There's a ball joint on the outside of that inner piece. So this rotates forward and back, up, down. Don't get a lot of range. Then that rotates around. Elbow, unfortunately, doesn't get past 90. Then there's that bicep swivel. Up and down at the wrist, rotates. Torso gets nice range of movement, forward and back, tilt, rotation. Forward with the hips, Oh, well, all the way. Out, not so much. It runs into itself right here. Double knee goes back that far. Then the ankle goes forward and back. And, oh, there's a little rotation, but it acts like a high heel. It's more rotation side to side than it is tilting. She's kind of a bear to stand up. You got to get the knees in the right position. And then I still don't have the feet completely flat, but it's standing there at least. But you can see how big it is next to the Marvel Legends Black Panther. I just don't have any attachment to this figure, and my brain automatically goes to other things not in the Marvel Universe. It's because of my own lack of knowledge that's holding this back for me. So at the end of the day, this is one of those cases where I like most of the figures in the set, but don't really care for the Build-A-Figure. But again, that's my own fault. I have nothing against Splitter, and it's a cool looking action figure. I just have no emotional attachment to it. But I can say the same thing about Scarlet Spider, but I like that design. I'm a black and red simple design kind of guy. That's what made me like the Daredevil so much. I like his arm wraps, I like his boots, and then Elektra is such an upgrade to what we've gotten before, you can't help but like her. Cloak's a little hindered, Dagger's a little plain. Doc Ock, I wish his tentacles were more bendy, where I could put them where I wanted to, instead of having to have them, you know, come up to here and up and around and get out of the way. And then as classic as this looks, it's not classic, but it's still a nice body, and I kind of like that it's growing on me as I sit here staring at it. A great set that surprised me in some places, and then in other places it's just kind of like, meh, that's cool, but not really for me. So if you like the review, comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.